What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of SORARE's Value Hunting. We're into game week 10. We got a bunch of new stuff to go over, too, because SORARE has started to bring out some new competitions like the limited Western Conference only contender. So we'll have some fun stuff to dive into. As always, if you are new to the SORARE streets, do me a favor, sign up using the link below. You immediately get 20 free common cards. And here's the thing, you can just play for free. You don't have to spend $1. You can just grind the fantasy basketball streets for free and compete against friends. We'd love to see it. However, if you do buy a couple of things to dabble into these limited and rare tier stuff, if you buy 5 things off the auction, you get a 6th one free, and it makes us look good. So go ahead, use our link that's down below in the show notes, and let me know. Let me know how you made out with your first set of cards. Today, man, I put the headband on for a couple of reasons. The hair's getting out of control, but also we got to dive in. We got to get to work. This is going to be a workout because everybody and their mother got hurt this weekend. So we got a lot of injury news stuff to dive through. And as always, we are going to be using Momentum Labs projections. So if you have not dove into Momentum Labs yet, you can find a link right there into the show notes. Sign up to get behind that sweet, sweet paywall. And you can get access to these projections. And also, I know it's Monday right now, so we're getting ready for tonight's lock. At 5:30 Eastern, we'll be back right here, but we'll be live, baby. We'll give away a limited contender card while we're doing it, and we'll go over all the NBA injury news that's going to be fast and furious, I imagine. So come back at 5:30 Eastern. I believe TST is going to be joining us as well because it is Monday. So let's dive in. Let's dive in right away. Again, we have so much injury news, right? We saw Dame Lillard's going to miss some time. John Morant's going to miss some time. Desmond Bane's missing some time, right? That's just that situation. You have LaMelo Ball that also went down. Tyrese Maxey went down. Now, a lot of this happened on Friday, so I imagine most of the prices kind of already even itself out, like the guys like Tyus Jones, Santi Aldama, Conchar, even like Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharp, Jeremy Grant, like a lot of those guys, the obvious guys are going to get a boost. But what we're going to do now is use these projections to see, we're going to look at a cap of 20 and below, and we're going to poke around and see if we can find any decent deals here. And since I'm recording this, I'm going to buy them before you can because it's about me, baby. All right, let's take a look over here, and then we'll scroll down. Again, this is all behind the paywall at Momentum Labs. Shout out to Mr. John Boy Beats for letting us do it. Also, we're not using this today, but if you scroll over, if you do have access to this and you make a copy, it's got a lineup builder right here. So your champions, your contenders, all that fun shit. All right. Let's take a look. Let's scroll down to the cap of 20 and then work our way down, right? So right off the bat, we got a couple guys in the green, Jaden McDaniels, Caleb Martin, Torrey Craig. We've talked ad nauseum about Torrey Craig. We're not going to do it. However, I should also say, too, I'm a bigger fan of finding these guys like caps 15 and under versus 20 or under. That's just me, but that's kind of where I land on this stuff. But let's take a look first at Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba benefited from a little bit more playing time with Wendell Carter Jr. missing a little bit of time. And then you see Tyus Jones as well. And then Jalen Williams, who, again, is continuing to beat out his projections, right? Beat him out. Jalen Williams right here, cap of 19, projection of 24. Tyus Jones, a cap of 19, projection of 27. And then Mo Bamba. So let's go over. Also, this is my Global Cup team. Shout out our man Luke Shaw, but Jordan Pickford, not so much. Let's go over to the NBA side of things. We're going to go to the market, manager sales. And again, we're going to be focusing mostly on limited cards here. But let's start with Tyus Jones. Let's see. I imagine his price has already been pretty inflated here. Oh, that's Trey Jones. Excuse me. If Trey Jones is 30 with a cap of 28, I can only imagine. Here we go. What Tyus Jones is at? Ah, damn it. Oh, no. There we go. $44. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. $29. That's interesting. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. I mean, a cap of 19, knowing that he is going to be running point, he's going to be pretty much doing everything outside of, what Dylan Brooks is going to do. Which, let me just point out, Dylan Brooks, like if you are a Dylan Brooks holder, I don't think we should be buying Dylan Brooks, but my guy took 30 field goal attempts this week. 30 field goal attempts. All right, so Tyus Jones, whatever. I think he's probably priced appropriately. This is one of those, if you got him, that's awesome. But if you don't, I don't know if you should be buying it. Also, none of this is financial advice, so chill out. Let's look at Mo Bamba. He's only got $22 with a cap of 19. Mo Bamba's weird, man. I feel like Mo Bamba can be a double-double guy. He's not someone I get too jacked up about. Again, these cap of 19 guys, if you have them already, go for it. But if not, I'm probably not buying these. Denny Avdia, Jeremy Sohan, and John Conchar continue to project really well. The one I'm most interested in here is Conchar, who's got a cap of 18. Let's go back over here and see what Conchar's doing. Because again, they're missing both Bain and Morant. And not only is that like playmaking that they're losing that Tyus Jones fills in, but that's just, I mean, Bain and John Morant were pretty much combining for like 55 points a game, right? And so to take that away, like someone needs to fill in. And Conchar is going to be someone at $33, man. I don't know. That feels like he's cap 18. I feel like we can do better. But again, if you have Conchar, I think I'm not gonna go out and buy these guys at these price points. I don't think, but having them, I mean, excellent plays. Killian Hayes. So Killian Hayes missed the last. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Keon Johnson. So the Detroit situation is truly a dumpster fire. So Cade Cunningham's going to miss some time. There was somebody else that I thought just got hurt for the Pistons as well, but maybe I'm blanking on that. Let me actually search something quickly while we're doing it live. Nope, I think that was just me. So Killian Hayes, I mean, I think he's fine. He's going to cap a 17. He's projecting to get, what is it? 26 fantasy points, solid value. Let's look at Hayes. I mean, Hayes has been popping for, I feel like the last two shows we've done, Hayes has been popping quite a bit. He's a good peripheral stat guy. Wow, he's up to $40. So ish don't think so. I don't think we're going to be buying Killian Hayes. Jalen Duren, though, is someone. So the Pistons are going to be bad for a little bit, and Jalen Duren's only going to get more and more playing time. He's pretty productive off the bench right now. Beef Stew's missing some time, right? So he's 23. I'm actually more interested because of the price point. Killian Hayes is probably a better play. Jalen Duren's probably a better value for price point. And then Shaedon Sharpe. So Shaedon Sharpe's cap is 17. We haven't seen Shaedon Sharpe moon yet. He hasn't had like one of those big games. But again, with Dame out, he is going to be forced to do more. Honestly, though, like 31, I don't know. This might be one of those things, guys, where I think we talked about this with, although campaign proved me wrong, but when you're missing some of those key pieces, everyone goes to the value. And I think this might be one of those situations where really it just makes Anthony Simons a much better play. It makes Jeremy Grant a much better play. And it makes Yusuf Nurkic a better play. I'm not saying Sharpe's a bad play. Smoke him if you got him. But I don't think I'd be going out there purchasing Shaedon Sharpe right now. I'm going to just take away. I own him, so obviously I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to be taking more of a wait and see approach, I think. I think that's the direction I'm going with Shaedon Sharpe. Let's get into the nitty gritty though. Talen Horton-Tucker, THT. He's, man, what a wild guy. Horton-Tucker's been getting more minutes lately. You know, he's super hit or miss though. That's the thing. Like he is super hit or miss. He's got a price point of 18. Under 17. God, he doesn't look like he should be good, but he is. I think he's a good fantasy producer. He also, like, he can get you 20 real life points, but he's also a good rebound and assist guy. Controls the offense with the second unit, him and Malik Beasley. I mean, look at this. Cap of 16, projection of 29. That's solid. That is solid. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is someone I usually target in DFS because he's underpriced, but last time we looked at him, not so much. He's got 12 limited cards on the market right now with a low ask of 15. Here's the thing, man. Poku can get hurt any day now. Let's actually see. Because I feel like I think he's out. He's missing a game, it looks like. I don't know when this was last updated, though. Well, it should have been this morning. So if Poku's out, Robinson Earl is a great play. Let's go back down to Robinson Earl. There we go. He's a great play. I know he's only projecting for 21, but no one knows who he is, right? He's someone that people aren't like drooling to scoop up. So I think Jeremiah Robinson Earl is pretty sharp here. He's productive when he's out there, but he's been losing a ton of minutes to Poku because the Slenderman's been balling. But I kind of like Jeremy Robinson Earl here. So again, so far what we've looked at, THT and Robinson Earl are probably two of my favorite plays. They're a little bit cheaper with a smaller cap, but let's see if we can get some stuff under 15 here. Walker Kessler Ranger is fine. I'm not going to look him up. He's not as exciting. Thad Young. So, man, the Toronto situation is just full on bonk city, right? They are just brutal and battled with injuries, but you got Thad there with a cap of 14, projection of 21. Let's see what Thad's price range is, because he was pretty high as of Friday, but maybe people chilled out on it. $20. I don't know. Thad, I think. Listen, He's supposed to outproject his cap there. That's solid. That's solid. Damian Lee, we've talked about at length so many times now. He's fine if you have him. I'm done buying him. Otto Porter Jr., no thank you. Terrence Ross. Terrence Ross's cap has gotten low enough, but here's the thing, man. All of those guys on my on Orlando have been playing really well lately. So Jalen Suggs, Franz, they just have so many guys, and Terrence Ross kind of falls between the butt crack a little bit. And I mean, at any point, you could hit 10 threes. Like we've seen Terrence Ross just absolutely chuck. So I think it's fine to take a shot there. Let's look at Ross and McDermott because they're kind of the same player in a way. The reason I like McBuckets a little bit more, we'll look at prices first. So Terrence, I'm okay at $7. This is fine. That actually, all right. I take it back. It's $7. That's kind of nice. Let's look at Dougie McBuckets, baby. Let's see. There's only one Doug in the league with 40 cards listed. I imagine this is going to be pretty cheap. And yeah, under $6. So the thing about McDerm's, the Spurs truly have decided they're going to lose a bunch of games, right? They had a nice little Cinderella story earlier. They're like, oh my God, the Spurs are pretty good, huh? They're not. Spurs are not good. They're going to be losing on purpose the rest of the way out. And by doing that, Doug McDermott's going to like control the offense in the second unit. So it makes me nervous. I'm someone who has some Keldon Johnson stock. I'm a big Keldon Johnson fan, but I feel like him and Devin Vassell, even though they have the highest upside for these players, I also feel like they are going to be cut out under the knees. Under the knees? Is that a saying? Cut at the knees? Maybe that's what I meant to say. Because when they try to lose, those are their best players. So you're going to see probably more run for Jeremy Sohan, which we've talked a bunch about, Doug McBuckets and those types of ancillary pieces. Luke Kennard is still out, which means Terrence Mann will pump a little bit, but Terrence Mann had a really tough weekend. All right, so now we're into the cap of 12. Let's see if anything else pops here. Amadou Diallo has put up some like ceiling games, and with again, he's going to get a little bit more run with some of these guys being out, but this is truly like a home run take here. I'm sure this is like under $5, under $7. I don't know. Shout out the NBA Top Shot Wolfpack with Amadou Diallo. Jalen Noel. Now Jalen Noel's cap's gotten low enough that who knows? Maybe it jumps a little bit. Maxi Kleber, I think is fine. All of these guys, man, I actually don't think they have a ton of ceiling. Diallo, McConnell, Noel, Kleber, Reggie Bullock, Isaiah Livers, we talked about. Like, I think I would rank them Diallo, Noel, Livers, because I think we just know what we're getting from dudes like Kleber and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's where I land on that. Let's get, oh, here we go. Cap of 11. AJ Griffin is starting to pop here. We saw him have a great game winner against Toronto this weekend. He's pretty electric off the bench, but I imagine the price is going to reflect that. $16, but let's see. It jumps. Well, it doesn't jump too quickly. AJ Griffin is someone that, you know why I kind of like this AJ Griffin take now? And I think we talked about him a little bit last week, and I said this, like, I didn't really like him for game week 9, which I was proven to be wrong, but he's someone like, I like taking shots on these young rookies who I know are going to get some run here. And I wish the Hawks were a little bit worse, because then AJ Griffin would be getting a lot of run. But the fact that a good basketball team like the Atlanta Hawks, a deep basketball team like the Atlanta Hawks, is giving him some run is a good sign for his future. The one caveat I'd give you about AJ Griffin is Bogdan of the Bogdanoviches is going to come back at some point, and Bogdan is good. And when healthy, he's like the perfect guy to take over the bench, like take over that second unit, right? And so I imagine Bogdan eats into some of that time, but it's a pretty good buy low opportunity on a rookie, right? Because if he really pops, you get him for like $16. And he's still playable until Bogdan comes back. All right, let's keep going. Anything else stick out? Daniel House Jr. So I bet his price is relatively cheap. That might be one that I get right now, because Daniel, he's a shooter. Shooter's going to shoot. He's at $13. I wish that was a little bit cheaper. He's interesting. He's interesting. I don't know. So he can put up some peripheral stats. He's going to get a couple of rebounds, but really you just need to get a hot from 3. But the thing with the Sixers, right? He's probably the last cheap piece that you can get. So Maxi's out and Harden's out for like the foreseeable future. Tobias Harris has been questionable for a couple of games. So it's Embiid and then a bunch of JV guys. So you're going to be seeing Anthony Melton, Shake Milton, who did we just talk about? House Jr., even PJ Tucker, who seems dust. PJ seems dust. But those Philly guys are going to keep popping. I think we saw Shake Milton get 27 real life points against the Wolves in an L. But House, cap of 9, I don't hate that. Here we go. Shake Milton. Just shake it. Shake. All right. Wait, is that only 23 for real though? That I guarantee you, that says $23. There's no way that's $23. Let's check it out now. The Funk Soul Brothers. Yeah, that's going for 40. That seems about right. So the dude put up 27 real life points. If you snagged him this weekend, brava. Brava. That was a great bet if you got him right when Maxi went down. Honestly, this is one of my favorite things about the SORARE platform. It's what I had wished Top Shot was going to be. You see real life NBA news happen, and then these moments, these cards make some moves, right? So someone has a really good game that has a low cap. You're like, shit, we need to get on him. Somebody gets hurt. We're like, we need to get the replacement. I love that. I love that. It's treated more of like a sports stock market. So Shake Milton, Nikola Jovic, we talked a little bit about. I actually wonder what Jovic's price is going for right now. You know, Jimmy Butler's going to miss a few more games, so that's interesting. He's got a low ask of 30. So he actually hasn't moved that much. He was a better play this weekend when we knew Bam was going to miss some time. However, even with Bam back, he started and played like 30 minutes. So I like Jovic. I like Jovic quite a bit long term. Kennedy Chandler. Now we're getting into that weird Memphis shit. What is his projection here? Kappa 7, projection of 9. Okay. I'm not as interested in that. Quentin Grimes with a huge projection. Who's out for the Knicks? Did I miss something? Who got hurt for the Knicks? Quentin Grimes here, and he's got a lot of moments. Why is he projecting that well? Hold on. Let me just check something here. Let's look at RJ Barrett's not missing games. Randall is not missing games. Brunson. Did they just say that they were going to start? Why is Quentin Grimes projecting that well? Interesting. Cap of 6 projecting for 24. Well, I'll have to dive into that a little bit more. And what's his $17? Did we get some Quentin Grimes news? I'm going to do this live. Sorry. I'm looking up on Twitter right now. I want to see if we got some Grimes news. I apologize for not knowing this, but they just announced he was back. Like, what's going on here with Quentin Grimes? Because he had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds yesterday. Is that why? Because he had a good game yesterday? That's a big projection, though. All right. I guess because Cam Reddish is out, too. I think Cam Reddish is going to miss time. Let's go back to this. Maybe, is that what it was? Yeah, okay. So maybe it's projecting. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the Grimies. Hey, listen, a cap of 6 is pretty sharp there. So I'll take my sass back. Jalen Williams, the other OKC guy, it seems to be popping a little bit, but it looks like he's in the G League, so maybe don't get that. Miles McBride, that's going back to the Knicks news that we talked about, but cap of 4, projection of 7. And that's really it. So let's scroll back through. So Quentin Grimes clearly seems like a solid play. Jovic is dope. Shake Milton, way too expensive at this point, but if you have him, that's a great play. Daniel House Jr., I think that's the cheaper way to attack Philly right now if you already don't have Shake Milton or DeAnthony Melton. AJ Griffin, we talked about, seems like to be a good both short-term and long-term injury, play as long as Bogdan is missing time. Outside of that, then I think we dive up to Thaddeus Young and Damian Lee. And then up here, we had THT, which is probably my favorite, along with Killian Hayes. But I will say, it's getting a little bit tougher. I imagine you all who are playing in the SORARE streets have noticed that this week seemed a little bit harder. People are getting a little bit sharper, probably because they're tuning into this sick content. And it's a little bit harder to find value now. The value is weeding itself out, and the market's reacting pretty quickly. So you really have to be on top of it if you see an injury. But yeah, I think those are the value hunting that sticks out so far. Again, if you made it through 19 minutes of gold, and I still haven't signed up for SORARE, go ahead, use the link below. Sign up now, 20 free commons. Buy 5 things, get a 6th one free. Sign up for Momentum Labs. You can also find a link to join the Team Hold Discord if you aren't in there. And here's one other thing. If you sign up for a Team Hold VIP subscription for YouTube for like $1.99 a month, it supports us, which we love, but also gets you into a gated channel in the Discord that is strictly about SORARE. And there's a lot of lineup construction talk and all of that stuff. And last but not least, we will be back at 5:30 Eastern with TST breaking down live before lock, limited card giveaway, all the good stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to shower, so I'm not rocking this sick ass headband, baby. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys.